you should never trust a people pleaser. And that's bad news for people like Jared and myself because, believe it or not, we are people pleasers.
We are. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, not to you, but
yeah.
Not all people.
Well,
Yes.
actually, that's not true. I think that maybe.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, we are.
I send
to you.
emails for Jason. I get involved in stuff I probably shouldn't get involved with Jason.
Sent emails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
What
just-
happened?
Well, sometimes you'll
I'm
be
saying
like,
in the past, like, hey, can you send this? And it's like, sure, fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's really none of probably not what my business, but I'm like, just to help you out.
because
We've
we
all
don't-
done it.
Yeah, we've all done
Every
it.
single person on the show has sent an email for you.
Well, because we don't like. For me, I'll just speak for myself. Tell me if you think this is true for you. I don't like confrontation.
I don't either.
I talk a lot of crap for somebody who doesn't want to fight. do you know
Same.
what I mean?
Same.
I talk a lot. I do a lot of trash talk for somebody who's never going to say anything in real life.
Right.
So
Yes, you do. There's been times Katie has said stuff and like kind of got me going, and then I'll say something that's something like maybe on the show or whatever,
and I'm
thinking
like,
Katie's gonna back me up, and she says nothing. I'm like, oh really? You're the one that said it in the first place.
you took it there, not me.
Yeah, like, dang it.
You took it
I
there.
fell for it.
Well, and you know what? To be honest, before when I was just kind of skimming this, I thought the people pleaser is this is not fair for the people pleaser because they're just not trying to like rock the boat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it's because we suffer from a weak self-esteem
Oh,
and a place of low self-worth that we are people pleasers.
Okay.
So I'm really going to try to overcome this.
All right.
Why can't you
because-
trust? You said you can't trust them.
Can't trust him because a people pleaser will agree with you even when they actually disagree.
Oh yeah.
okay. Maybe I'm not a people pleaser.
No,
Then.
I mean, I do it.
I definitely.
You know what? You know when I find myself doing this, agreeing with somebody even when I do disagree, is when it's in casual conversation.
Casual.
You
yes.
know, like somebody, and it always shocks me that people do this, but they'll just naturally assume that they know your stance on things.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know what that's based on because
Yeah.
I would say 99.9% of the time they get it wrong about me.
Well, Katie, probably because you're at a country club, so they probably all are like, well, clearly she's a conservative.
Right? But they
And they
do
get
it
that
all
way
the time.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be in the grocery store and they're like, F Biden. And I'm like, yeah.
You're like, yeah, F him. Yeah,
Or,
I
you know,
agree with that.
people
On
do
casual
it.
conversation.
Yeah.
The people I'm comfortable with, it's like, you know me.
Of course.
We'll totally disagree with each other on everything.
Sure. But
Yeah.
when it comes to casual,
Oh.
just quick conversation, and mostly, honest to God, it's because I don't feel like engaging with you.
That's what it is.
I mean, that's the truth. You know, it's like people will just say their piece, and I think, okay, I hope that they felt better.
right.
You know, I hope that did
I don't
it
have
for
the
them.
energy to even deal with you. Yes.
Yeah, and I guess I just assume that it's like, oh, they were feeling something. They needed to get it out.
Mm-hmm. You just don't want to get into it.
You just don't want to.
And it's not even controversial stuff. It's like, hey,
Sure.
did you see that TV show the other day? Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Big fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I sometimes do that to Jared. I'm like, yep, gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Except for the menu. You told me about the menu.
You got to watch. If you're looking for something to watch,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Max, The Menu.
Mhm. This one
menu.
looks
It's
good.
like a psychological thriller / super dark, twisted, kind of a comedy
Okay.
in a way, but it's mostly dark. And one of the most unique movies you'll ever see. It's very good.
And they do a lot of stuff with food, which
And-
Jared knows I'm obsessed
Food
with.
and
Yeah.
violence. It's
Yeah.
a great mix.
Wow.
Food and violence.
And rage. It's like in my wheelhouse.
Rich
your
people
life.
versus poor
Your
people.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Menu. Seriously, it's really good.
So I am going to see that one, but other shows I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll get
I
around
know.
to it.
I'm just like, stop suggesting things.
Yeah. Well, a people pleaser. Another reason you should never trust a people pleaser. They offer to help, but falter when they just don't have enough time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it comes from a place of good, but it also comes from a place of not being able to say no. And you just don't realize your own limits. And
Yeah.
so then what
Katie
happens?
signs up for everything.
I do. And
Now, that's something I don't do. If I
Yeah.
say I'm going to help you, unless something like bizarre happens, I'm going to help you. I just don't ever offer to help you.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna ask.
So I don't want to do it in the first place.
which is admirable because
But if somebody does ask me, hey, like somebody at my church, hey, can you come? Ask me, if they ask just everybody,
group.
sometimes like, hey, we got some new couple moving in. Who can be there on Tuesday? I'm like,
No,
me.
not me.
I'm not a sucker.
Didn't
but
even
they
see
came
it.
up, directly to me, like, Jared, can you be there? And I can. I'm like, yes.
It's fine.
And I'll be there.
Yeah, and I find it admirable, though, because I end up resenting a lot of the things that I say I'm going to do because I overextend. And I don't mean to. It does come from a place of good. I want to. In that moment, I want to.
Yes.
In that moment, I am feeling like, yes, I want to be in the classroom. Yes, I want to do swim. Like all these things. And then I end up resenting it because then I realize when it's not in the moment that I'm tired or that I had a million other things to be doing or that, it's I don't want to be that way. So
I think I'm a people pleaser when it comes to my kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where I don't say no to the things that I should say no to.
Oh.
Mm.
Well.
Yeah, that's hard with kids. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ezra, or Eli or whatever, they can be like, Dad, it's like right before dinner, I want candy. I'm like, sure.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, have a bunch.
Does that come from people pleasing or just too lazy to do something
don't
about it?
know.
No, maybe it's probably a mixture. It's probably a mixture of both.
I'm
not
But
gonna be
also,
picky.
it's like they want it, and I'm like, I don't feel like arguing with them. Especially Eli. Eli, he should work in sales here. He don't take no for an answer for nothing.
Which is so annoying.
And he's
My
very
son's
compelling.
the same
And I'm
way.
like,
yeah.
oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, fine. Just do it. And I'm like, oh, that's probably
So
not
that
the best.
teaches him to do it again.
I
Yeah, it
know.
does.
Oh, yeah.
It
Oh, yeah.
totally reinforces the bad behavior.
100%.
Do you think also, Jared, just to unpack this a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
do you think it stems from maybe some guilt?
No.
No guilt.
No.
No, like,
Guilt from
well, just like
Being divorced?
Yeah, I
No.
mean, maybe like
I was
the-
like that when I was married.
Oh,
Yeah. I could see
Always
that.
been a pushover.
right. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna side more with laziness then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel you on that. I'm like, whatever, have the iPad for another
I
40
just
hours.
don't feel like dealing with it. Yeah.
I know. All right. Another reason that you can't trust a people pleaser. They try to please everyone and be everyone's ally.
I've done that,
As
yes.
the great Taylor Swift has said, an ally to all, a friend to none.
Mm-hmm.
And it really, like, I said that about somebody once, and I think that really it just pertains to me. Is that
Yeah.
but I am friends, but I want to be friends with everybody. I don't like having bad blood.
Right.
I don't know why I'm on a Taylor Swift kick. I don't know.
know.
I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. I don't like the confrontation. I don't like bad feelings.
Well, if somebody, like, let's say Jason comes to me and he has never done this, like, oh, I hate Katie's guts.
oh my
He
god.
probably didn't, I'm saying as an example. He would
Wow.
never do that. He would say it differently.
Uh-huh.
But then I'd be like, oh, I can see. Oh, well, yeah. I try to like relate. You see, I do that a lot. I try to. Oh, well, I can see when she does that. That does very much on eggshells. And then then it will be.
Excuse me.
But it wasn't my original thought. Like, I'm not thinking it though. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking it that day, and I've done it too. I'm saying that we've all done it. And then Katie be like, Jason, man, he really makes me feel this way. I'm like, yeah, I can totally see how he does that. Because I don't want to be like, no, he doesn't, and then get in a fight with you, and then they're like, gosh, you can't tell Jared, and he gets all mad about like,
right.
you know.
You just I don't
I'm
like.
trying
the
to
bad
relate to you because you're
feelings.
venting for a reason.
Exactly.
Someone who's not a people pleaser, Jason Goodman.
no.
I'm
At all.
not. I will get in an argument over grocery store prices with a stranger. That's the truth. I could be in a different state, and somebody will say the soda's on sale at this store better, and we're fighting. No, it's not.
Or like I'm clearly venting, and he'll find all the reasons why I shouldn't feel that way. And I'm like, oh. Then he'll vent to me about the same thing when it happens to him.
Oh, sure. When he
Yeah.
realizes.
When the exact thing, he's like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, yeah, remember when he's like, well, anyway, back to me. And I'm like,
You did
okay.
a lot of venting to me. I thought I was supportive,
you
but I
did.
guess not.
No, you did.
yeah.
No, in that scenario, I'm talking about if it involves coworkers. Usually, you're like, no, that person worked really hard until they screw you over. Like, man, that person's lazy. I'm like, I told you that 7
It's
months
got to be a
ago.
personal screw over
We've
to
been
me.
saying that.
It does help when you do have the personal screw over.
Yeah, 100%.
Jason's
100%.
less of a people pleaser, more of a people disruptor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
More on that another day.
Thank you.
It's about me and Katie right now.
Right.
Matt's a people pleaser, though.
You are.
He does
I am.
overextend.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
You
I'm
do.
grateful for it. But
Yes.
but he does. And I don't know what Squid is. I don't know if he's alive half the time.
Well, yeah, I feel like I am.
Yeah.
Squid's a self pleaser.
Well,
Yes.
I please myself, yeah. First and foremost, but yeah.
Which is also admirable because people pleasers don't ever do that.
Yeah.
So when I know we reference it a lot, we joke about it, but the one day where we asked you to do something and your response was, I'd rather not.
And it's one of your responsibilities.
Yes.
I still did it. Just
was
letting you
so-
know I don't want to,
Well,
but
yeah,
I didn't.
But a people pleaser would never let you know
Never.
they don't want to. Ever.
Never.
Do you know how many things I've
Well-
done in this company that I don't want to?
Yeah.
But I've done it and you
Yeah.
don't say a
Well,
word.
Maybe in my social life, when I'm around people, like that, I respect and stuff,
Oh.
That's not us.
Well, it's interesting because
All right.
you do have the aura of walking around where you only care about yourself at any given time.
That's so true.
Yeah, I
Is
guess.
that
Yeah.
not- no matter where we are, thinking about myself only.
Like we say, do you want to go to lunch? You know, or just for an example.
Mhm.
And instead of thinking, man, that would be fun to go with you guys, or I don't want to miss out, or this could be a fun opportunity, whatever. I see it happening where you're thinking, what would I get there, and would that be fun for me?
Right. Instead of like,
Uh-huh.
I'll just
What
go.
do you mean? What do you mean? If we recommend a restaurant, you don't want something on the menu. You're not going to be like, yeah, let's go there. You'll be like, no, we're not going there.
I think you're missing.
You're
we would
missing
as a people pleaser.
Yes, we would as a people pleaser because we want to go to lunch, but instead,
There's been many times where all of us in here were like, no, we're not going there today.
but we want to go to
We
lunch.
don't cancel the lunch.
Yeah, we're not canceling the
We're still
lunch.
going to lunch
okay.
somewhere.
If anything, Matt only doesn't go to lunch normally. I go to lunch.
Well, Matt, we realized Matt, one of his defects, which is so against who he is as a person, he's a user a little bit. And so once he got his higher position at the company, he don't care about us no more. But before, big time people pleaser.
He was texting us.
Yeah.
He
Oh, yeah.
was going to lunch.
He came to my house one time to watch a football game.
Yeah.
Now I can
Yeah.
invite him to like the Super Bowl. He's like, I don't think so.
I don't,
Yeah. Yeah.
My
But-
teams aren't playing.
But Squid, there is a
Yeah.
specific restaurant locally that we go to a lot that I have said on many occasions I do not like, and yet I go every time we go.
Oh yeah, I know what
I don't
you're
do
talking
so. I
about.
don't do this thing that you do.
Yeah,
Oh,
There's
wow.
different.
I'd like to know which restaurant it
I
is.
would too.
I'll tell you. I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of
okay,
people
yeah,
who
yeah.
work here go. I don't want to diss them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and then finally, another reason you cannot trust a people pleaser, they can't be genuine.
Yeah.
And I do, as much as it hurts me to say, I do sometimes think that that shines through a little bit with me
Mm-hmm.
because I want to be into whatever it is you're into.
Yeah, I
You know,
got you.
and so I very rarely am like, because people say, well, like my husband specifically will say, well, what's your passion? I'm like, I don't know.
Like, what's your passion?
Mm,
He's
I
like,
got
Ben
nothing.
says dental sales. You're like, mine too. I'm like, really?
And he'll say, no, he says golf. And I'm like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
You know? It isn't. So I don't know. It's like, I never really sat around and thought, and I know lots of people do this and they tell you to do this in high school, really sit down and envision your life. I'm just a bad planner in the future.
Most
I don't
people
think
are.
about that. I
Yeah.
don't. I'm very as much as I claim to not be in the moment, I am in the moment where if an opportunity lands, I'm taking it,
Right.
you know, but I don't think 15 years down the road where I'll be. I just can't.
Yeah, and then I wanted to be in broadcasting since I was like 12
Yeah. So people are different.
or a professional athlete, but
Whatever.
that reality ended pretty quick when I was 13. This is definitely not happening.
You were running fast on the hallway this morning. Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, that was very athletic. Yeah.
Squid was coming out of the bathroom and the
Yeah.
show's getting ready to start, so I was running.
Running.
And I said, out of the way, athlete
Athlete
coming
coming
through. And Squid just died laughing. I'm like, it's not funny. I'm being serious. An athlete is coming through.
Dead serious.
Watch out.
Yeah.
He didn't want to bowl you
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
with
So
his
he
pod.
struck me over like a linebacker or
Yeah,
something.
fullback coming at
Yeah,
you.
something like that.